Yep. Afternoon, it is 2:00 p.m., Tuesday, February 11th, 2025. Let's open the Search and Rescue Board meeting. Rodney, please call the roll.
All right, Joshua Fisher,
Present?
Eric Antle,
Present.
Dan Coverly,
Present.
Kevin Haywood,
Present.
Doug Fisher,
Present.
Carol Lynn, Matt Marlowe,
Marlowe present.
Patty Polish,
Present.
Cameron Freaky,
Present.
Billy Samuels,
Present.
Rodney Wright is here. John Fanzer will not be with us today. You have quorum?
All right, we have quorum, so we'll move on to agenda item number 2, which is public comment. This is for discussion only. This is the first period set aside for public comment. If you would like to make a public comment by phone, please call in by dialing 669-219-2599. When you are prompted to enter a meeting ID, please enter 202-331-8963 and press pound. When prompted for a participation ID, press pound and ask to provide a public comment. Please press *6 to unmute yourself and *6 again when your comments are complete. In order to give people time to call in, let's start with the members on the Zoom platform. Does anyone have any public comment?
I have one in the room. To the board members, accept our apologies. We realized after we had posted the agenda that several of your organizations on the agenda were incorrect. We will be making that correction. So again, accept our apologies for the mislabeling of some of your agencies. Thank you.
Anyone else?
There's no written comment.
Okay, now let's move to the phone. If there is anyone on the phone that would like to make a public comment, please press *6 to unmute yourself and make your public comment.
Chair, I'm not seeing
Give more time. I am not hearing any further public comment, so I will close agenda item number 2 and move to agenda item number 3. Approval of minutes from our February 14th, 2014 meeting. This is for discussion, possible action. Would anyone like to discuss the meeting minutes? No one at all? I will entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes from February 14th, 2014. 24, sorry.
Billy Samuels, so moved.
anything.
Okay, do I have a second?
Dan Coverly second.
Okay, we have a first and a second. Let's take a vote. All in favor of approving the meeting minutes, please say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. No nays. Motion passes unanimously. I will close out agenda item number 3 and move on to agenda item 4. New board member this is for discussion only. I would like to announce the appointment of Cameron Freaky, sitting right here next to me, from the National Guard to the SAR board. Cameron, would you like to say anything at all?
Just honored to be here. Glad to be able to represent this great organization.
Awesome. Well, welcome aboard. Anyone else like to comment?
Welcome.
Okay, I will close out agenda item 4 and move on to agenda item number 5, Nevada Interoperability Field Operation Guide. NVIFOG, this is for discussion only. I will hand this item over to John Fansler.
I'll be speaking
Or
for
you
John
can-
Vanzer, Rodney Wright for the record. Last year, mission support here at the Division of Emergency Management had updated this field operating guide, which discusses some of the interoperability channels that are available to the agencies across the state. We are just letting you know that these are out there. This guide can assist you if you're doing some cross county border missions or anything like that, where you can tie in to other agencies that may have different frequency channels, so that you could work to get better together on your missions. If you would like a new copy of this interoperability field guide, we would ask that you reach out to myself or John Fansler here at DEM, and we will send you a copy of the interoperable field guide. It is a PDF version. Trying to do a control on the release due to some of the sensitive nature of some of these frequencies that are out there. And I'll entertain any questions on this agenda item.
All right, I will close out agenda item number 5 and move to agenda item number 6. Review of duty officer SAR related calls 2024. I will hand this over to Rodney again, and SAR coordinator, who will share with us the SAR board an overview.
All right, thank you. Again, everybody, Rodney Wright for the record. We are starting to track what our duty officer calls over the year are. And this year for the 2024 year, the amount of calls that were received that were number one across all of our 202 calls were search and rescue calls. So what I did is I broke this down into a matrix to just kind of show the different types of calls that we receive over the year to our duty officer line. And you'll see number one, most call that we received were SAR emergency location transmitter beacons from AFRCC. We had 19 of those calls last year. The next one in line is SAR missing person. We had 6 of those, and then we had 4 cell forensic cell phone requests that came in from the local county search and rescue units over the year. So just a little breakdown of the different types of calls, SAR related calls that DEM takes over the year, just to try to throw some stats that are out there, and you can see what it looks like. Again, if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them.
Hey, Ronnie, it's Billy.
Yes, sir.
I don't know about other jurisdictions, and Sergeant Marlowe could probably speak on this more than us. We obviously track calls and have data points that we can assist with building this out. And there's a lot of stuff that we go on, either for even short-term or extended missions, that you guys have no idea because it just happens locally. Are you guys ever going to try to get a platform together that you want us to upload data and data points, maybe to help some of your numbers and for the state of Nevada?
Yes, sir. I'm glad you brought that up because that's going to be our next meeting point. We're looking at a system, trying to make it really a non-invasive process where it's like a one-pager data point information that we can send out to the local SAR units, and they can send us those data points like you're talking about that they do locally, and we can start tracking some data information. I know that NASAR reaches out to us every year, asks us for data points across the board of what we're looking at. Right now, since we don't have a system that we push out to the counties to gather that information, there's not much in the way that we can get from them. So we will be looking in the future at putting out some data point information for any of those local SARs that don't make it up to the state level.
And Rodney, this is Billy again. One thing I am going to ask, I know Matt's going to say the same, is when you start building out the criteria that you're going to want, please include us, because some of the stuff might be hard to extrapolate for us to get to you guys. If it's too cumbersome, we're not going to want to do it. So I think that's one thing that we need to talk about when you guys do try to build that out.
Yeah, understood. The information I got from SAR, I wouldn't give it to you guys because they want like 100 different data points for just a single call, and some of those they don't require things. So I gladly will reach out to all of the agencies and get their feedback and buy-in. I want to make it so that it's not too labor intensive to get that data point, but it's good information for us to have as a state to see where we're lacking and where we could try to look for some input.
And then Matt, or I'm sorry, Ronnie, just Billy again. Sorry, last thing. Obviously, search and rescue for Metro is different than the urban search and rescue for Nevada Task Force 1. We do a lot of deployments locally that you guys have no idea about, whether it's a building collapse, single family or multifamily, and then also with body recoveries and our shoring and TRT components. So again, there's a lot of different components that I think you could capture if you wanted.
Understood. Thank you, sir.
With no other discussion or comments, I will close out at agenda item number 6 and move to agenda item number 7, election of a new chair and vice chair. I will hand it over to Rodney Wright again, SAR coordinator, to lead us through the nomination and selection process.
All right, it's the time that our current chair, Mr. Fisher, has been waiting for. I want to thank Josh. He's been the chair for the last 3 years for the board. And so right now what we're going to do is we're going to open it up for nominations for chair and vice chair. Also want to thank Patty Polish for her vice chair position the last 3 years as well. Thank you all for your support. So with that, I will open up nominations for a chair for the SAR board.
Hey, Ronnie, this is Billy.
Yes, sir.
I nominate anyone but me for vice chair and chair. So I want to make sure I got ahead of that before someone started doing that kind of stuff to me. So anyone else but me, I'd appreciate. Thank you.
Understood.
I'll go ahead and nominate Mr. Dan Coverly for the chair position.
And this is Billy Samuels. If Matt Marlowe is available and Sergeant Marlowe is, I would nominate him for the chair, vice chair.
Thanks a lot.
All right, I have a nomination for Dan Coverly. Is there any other nominations for chair? All right, go ahead.
Nope, yeah, great.
Okay, since there's no other nominations, we'll go ahead and do an election. Everyone for Dan Coverly for chair for the SAR board, please signify aye.
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 Any opposed? No opposed. Thank you, Dan. You're the new chair.
Thank you, sir.
All right. I will open it up for vice chair. Nominations for the vice chair, please.
Again, Ronnie, this is Billy. If Sergeant Marlowe is available, I'd recommend him. He's pretty dialed.
All right, Matt Marlowe. Do we have any other nominations for vice chair? All right, hearing none. All in favor for Matt Marlowe being vice chair, signify aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, hearing none. Thank you, Matt. You're our new vice chair.
Yeah, thanks, Billy. Thanks, everybody.
All right, I'll turn it back over to you.
Do you feel the love?
Can we go back and renominate the chair? I'm going to put Billy's name back out there.
Perfect. I will close out agenda item number 7 and move on to agenda item number 8, public comment. This is for discussion only. This is the second period set aside for public comment. If you'd like to make a public comment by phone, please call in by dialing 669-219-2599. When you are prompted to enter a meeting ID, please enter 202-331-8963 and press pound. When prompted for a participation ID, please press pound. When asked to provide a public comment, please press Star 6 to unmute yourself, and star 6 again when your comments are complete. In order to give people time to call in, let's start with the members on the Zoom platform. Does anyone have a public comment?
I'll finish up. Oh, Rodney Wright for the record again. You guys are gonna get tired of hearing my voice this meeting. I just wanted to say thank you to all the agencies that helped out with Nye County on the missing aircraft search that we did last month. That was 21 days from the time we got the report from Air Force Rescue Coordination Center until we actually got the pilot and the aircraft off the mountain. So, you know, from NDF, National Guard, Metro Search and Rescue, Washoe Search and Rescue, Clark County Fire Department, you know, we all had a lot of meetings. We were kicking around a lot of ideas, and there's just was that whole safety concern that we all just, it was itching at the back of our mind about the safety thing, and understandable. But I just want to again thank you guys for all your assistance and talking back and forth and kicking ideas around and helping out Scott Lewis, the emergency manager, try to you know find some answers and solutions to this. I know that he was grateful for all of the assistance that we got. So again, thank you everybody for the assistance on that. And if you hadn't heard, they did recover the pilot and the aircraft on the 28th of January. Yep, thank you very much.
Any other Zoom comments? Nothing? Okay. Now let's move to the phone. If there is anyone on the phone that would like to make a public comment, please press star 6 to unmute yourself and make your public comment. Give it a little bit more time. Good, okay. I'm not hearing any further public comment, so I will close agenda item number 8 and move to agenda item number 9, adjournment. This is for discussion for possible action. I will accept a motion to adjourn.
Dan Coverly, so moved.
Do I have a second?
Patty
Billy
Foley,
Sanders.
second.
Patty Polish. Okay, we have a first by Dan Coverly, a second by Patty Polish. Let's take a vote. All in favor of adjourning this meeting, please say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. Motion passes unanimously. This meeting has now ended. Thank you all.